Hola, I am Teacher Clivy. I am here once again to share with you a lesson presentation in EPP 6, which is Types of Orchard Farm. Orchards played an important role in communities for many centuries, providing a focal point, a gathering space, and a place where people and the rest of the nature successfully work together to create abundant harvest, providing fresh fruit long before the time of global fright. After going through this lesson, you are expected to enumerate the types of orchard farms, identify trees appropriate for orchard gardening based on location, climate, and market demands. Explain the proper way of planting, propagating trees, and fruit bearing trees, budding, marketing, and grafting. And you can name sources of fruit bearing trees and apply the knowledge on how to care for seedlings. This time, we're going to have a short review. Prepare your pen and paper. Get ready. Read each item carefully. Write the letter of the correct answer on your activity notebook. Are you ready? Let's start. Number 1. Suitable soil for orchard planting is A. Clay, B. Sandy, C. Clay loam, or D. Sandy loam. 2. Good plant materials come from trees that are blank. A. Old, B. Small, C. Young, D. Mature. Take your pick. 3. The constant application of water to plants to provide moisture is called blank. A. Pruning, B. Irrigation, C. Fertilization, D. Intercropping. Choose, choose, choose. 4. Seedlings receive this requirement for growth by placing them near a window. A. Soil, B. Water, C. Light, D. Fertilizer. Take your pick. 5. A piece of land planted with fruit trees. A. Orchard, B. Parcel, C. Truck, D. Field. Okay, done? Let's check. For number 1, answer is D. Number 2, you have D. Number 3, that's irrigation. Number 4, light. And number 5, of course, orchard. So how many correct answers did you get? Did you get perfect? Well, that's good to hear that. So let's have our new lesson. An orchard is an international plantation of trees or shrubs that is maintained for food production. Orchards comprise fruit or nut producing trees which are generally grown for commercial production. Orchards are also sometimes a feature of large gardens, where they serve an aesthetic and as well as a productive purpose. So we have here the types of orchard farm. First is we have the fruit orchards. Any facility focused on growing fruit-bearing trees such as mangoes, papaya, lanzones, avocado, tamarind, and others. Citrus fruits like lemons, oranges, and guava may be grown all together in large citrus orchards or individually in smaller facilities. Second, what have you seen in the picture? You have there nuts. So we have the nut orchards. Nut orchards include a large variety of facilities that produce nut-bearing trees. These include orchards that grow popular nuts like pecans, cashews, walnuts, and almonds. This category also includes cocoa and chocolate-producing nuts, as well as coconuts. Some orchard owners produce pine trees for their edible pine nuts. Orchards that focus on this type of pine production also fall under this category. And the third, we have seed orchard. They focus on growing trees that produce seeds rather than nuts or fruits. For commercial purposes, these seeds are sold in distributors or resellers to the public in small seed packets, same as what you've seen in the picture. Then fourth, we have other types of orchards. Some orchard owners focus on products other than fruit, nuts, or seeds. These include Christmas tree farm, which produce pine trees and holly for the holidays. Some grow trees for maple sugar or maple syrup production. Appropriate trees suitable for orchard gardening. Trees suitable for tree farming are those that are indigenous to the locality. Important varieties introduced from outside the community can be considered suitable for tree farming if these are adaptable to the local environment. In general, species of trees to consider for tree farming orchard gardening must possess the following qualities: 1. Fast growing, 2. Resistant to pest and disease, 3. Deeply rooted, 4. A wide range of adaptation to soil pH, 5. Stays green during the dry months, 6. A wide range of adaptation to topography, 7. Does not completely defoliate, 8. Resistant to strong wind, and 9. High commercial and economic value. So the science of propagating plant is termed horticulture. It covers the art of flowering and fruiting of plants and trees. It differs from agriculture. Agriculture is the science and art of farming, which is cultivating the soil, producing crops, and raising livestock. So we have here ways of propagating trees. First, we have budding. Budding is one of the surest ways of maintaining the desirable characteristics of a parent plant or a given variety of fruit trees. An old variety of fruit tree can be changed to new and profitable ones. One distinct advantage of bud plant is that they generally grow low, hence, harvesting of fruits and the control of insects, pests, and diseases are much easier and highly economical. So here are the step-by-step processes in budding. Step 1. Shield or tea budding. Select a healthy, mature twig with active buds. Step 2. Cut off a piece of bark containing a vigorous bud from a twig. Cut off piece This cut off piece containing the bud looks like a miniature shield, hence the name shield budding, signifying the process. This is called the scion. Step 3. Make a T-shaped cut form on the bark of the trunk or stem of the plant, prepared as stalk. Cut a slit vertically about 2.54 centimeter long and another cut across the top of the vertical slit about 2 centimeter long, forming a T. Step 4. Open the slit up part of the bark formed from the T-shape cuts and insert The shield-like scion return the slit-up parts to their former positions after the insertions. Step 5. Stabilize the position of the scion on the stalk by wrapping. Start wrapping around the stalk from the upper portion of the cut to the portion below the bud. This should be firmly done. Step 6. If the bud has emerged within 2 or 3 weeks after the insertion of the shield-like scion, a plump and healthy growth of leaves will appear. This is a sign of successful operation. Step 7. After 3 weeks from the growth of leaves, cut off the portion of the stalk 7.62 to 12.70 cm above the scion. Remove all buds or shoots that grow on the stalk other than those growing on the scion. And this is how it looked like. You have there the T-shaped cup. The bud developed, then it's fixed in T-cup. That is budding. Let's proceed to the next, grafting. So grafting is a method of plant propagation in which the desirable scion, that's the top portion, is joined with the inserted into the rootstock in order for them to unite and grow into one plant. Only plants of similar wood unite in graft. Select a scion or budwood, that's stem piece, taken during the dormant season. Select healthy, vigorous, mature wood free from insects, pests, and diseases, about 6 to 8 milliliters in diameter. Most growers cut their bud wood the same day it is to be used. If he differs, then the newly cut scion should be dipped into warm paraffin. The cap-up part placed at the bottom. So grafting may be classified in cliff, side, whip or tongue, saddle, bark, and crown grafting. The cliff and whip grafting are the ones commonly practiced by nurserymen or orchard growers. Cliff grafting is the easiest and the most common method of plant propaganda. The stalk, about the size of the pencil, is cut off squarely and split and inserted into a wedge-shaped scion. Among the advantages that make this method practiced are the following. 1. Cliff grafting gives a stronger support to the union of the scion and the stalk. 2. It is not necessary that the bark is slipping. 3. Two scions are normally used for each cliff. And 4. The process is easy to perform. So this is grafting. Let's proceed to the next. That's marketing. This is the process of including a branch or stem to the root while still attached to the mother plant. This is done by removing the ring of the bark below the node that's wrapped with moist soil or moss, covered with plastic sheet or cocoa husk, and secured tightly on both ends with twine. The market is kept moist by watering regularly. When roots have developed after a month or so, the market is cut and transplanted in a pot or a plastic bag. And this is market. So we have here how to care for your seedlings. To ensure the growth of the transferred seedlings, it is important to follow the systematic process of caring for the seedling, such as the following. 1. Watering. Seedlings need water to keep them healthy. Keep the soil moist by watering the seedlings early in the morning and late in the afternoon. During the dry season, it is advisable to water the seedling once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Because of the fast evaporation of water due to hot weather, the soil dries easily, so it is necessary to water the seedlings enough to keep the soil moist. 2. Cultivating. This is the process of tilling and loosening the soil around the seedlings. This allows for easy absorption of water and fertilizers in the roots of the seedling for faster growth. When cultivating, be sure to remove stems, gravels, and other foreign materials in the soil surrounding the plant. The soil should be pulverized and refined for easy penetration of water and fertilizer. And third, you have applying fertilizer. Since you know that fertilizers contains the nutrients that plants and trees need to grow. So, we have here another the sources of fruit-bearing trees. So, young fruit-bearing trees can come from many sources. Foremost of these sources is the government agency responsible for propagating high-value fruit-bearing trees. This is the Bureau of Plant Industry of the Department of Agriculture. The Bureau gives free fruit-bearing tree seedlings, leaflets, and other printed materials that will help fruit tree growers in their business. Other government agency includes cooperatives or municipalities and city governments, which also give free fruit tree seedlings as well as seminars on more recent technology in planting and raising trees. So there you go, the Department of Agriculture and the Bureau of Plant Industry. So we have also private nurseries are also found. Here, you can buy high-quality fruit tree seedlings that grow fast and bear more fruits than ordinary fruit trees. These are products of new technology in fruit tree farming. A good example is the Dizon Fruit Tree Nursery at the Parks and Wildlife Center. So here, what are the different types of orchard farm? Can you identify trees appropriate for orchard gardening based on location, climate, and market demands? And explain the proper way of planting or propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees, such as budding, marketing, and grafting? And you can name sources of fruit-bearing trees? Well, if you answer all this, so you are ready for our activity time. So please do prepare your activity notebook and pen. So for the direction, you have identify and arrange the jumbled letters. Write your answer on the blank provided. So since you are going to write your answer on your activity notebook, take note we have a 10-second rule. Number 1, the process of tilling or loosening the soil around the seedlings. Number 2, a process of including a branch or stem to the root while still attached to the mother plant. Number 3, the process of keeping the soil moist. Number 4, method of plant propagation in which the desirable scion is joined with the inserted into the rootstock in order for them to unite. Identify and arrange the jumbled letters. Write your answer on the blank provided. So you are going to write your answer on your activity notebook. Number 1, the process of tilling or loosening the soil around the seedlings is called. Number 2, a process of including a branch or stem to the root while still attached to the mother plant. So you are going to arrange the jumbled letters to form the correct answer. Number 3, the process of keeping the soil moist. Number 4, method of plant propagation in which the desirable scion is joined with or inserted into the rootstock in order for them to unite and grow into one plant. Number 5, one of the surest way of maintaining the desirable characteristics of the parent plant or a given variety of fruit tree. And for number 6, The science of propagating plant. Are you done? So let's have the answer key. Check your own paper and write your score on the upper part of your activity notebook. Okay, let's have number 1. It is cultivating. Number 2, yes, you have marketing. Number 3, it's watering. It's keeping the soil moist. Number 4, you have grafting. Number 5, budding. And number 6 is horticulture. Did you get 6? Very good. So now, let's have for your assessment. You are going to enumerate the different examples of trees in each category. You have their type of orchard, so you are going to complete the diagram. So list down the trees. Example of trees belong to fruit orchard, belongs to nut orchard, to seed orchard, and to other types. So this is your assessment 1. For your assessment 2, here, you're going to answer the following question. Okay. Follow? So this time, you are going to turn in your answer in your assessment in our Google Classroom. Don't forget, you have to turn in your answers in assessment as well as the answers in your additional activities. So first, additional activities. Activity 1, you are going to circle the word related to agriculture in the word puzzle, then list them in your activity notebook. So you are going to look for the words there in the puzzle that related to agriculture. And for your activity 2, you are going to identify the following trees appropriate for orchard gardening: fruit orchard, nut orchard, seed orchard, or other types of orchard. So you are going to identify the fruits. Which orchard, type of orchard does it belong? Get it? Okay, if you have questions, you know where to message me. So that's all. Thank you. And keep safe and have a blessed day always. Bye.